தமிழ் ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஜங்ஷன் இன்னொரு eFootball எபிசோட். என்னென்ன பெண்டிங் இருக்குன்னோ நமக்கு அந்த இட்டாலி இது பெண்டிங்லேயே தான் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி 2 மேட்ச் தோத்துட்டோன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் தேர்டு லெவலில் போயிட்டு. அடுத்துட்டான். அந்த மேட்ச் போகிறோம், ஈவெண்ட்ஸ் போகிறோம். இட்டாலியன் கிளப் ஒரு நாள் தான் இருக்குது, இன்னும் ஒரு மேட்ச் தான் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். கரெக்டாக 3ல் 1 பெண்டிங், ஜெயிச்சே ஆகணும். 2-4-0-2ன்னு தோற்றுருக்கோம். வின் பண்ணால் ஏதோ ஒன்று கிடைக்கும், இல்லாட்டினா ஒன்றும் இல்லை. மேட்சுக்கு போயிடலாம். இட்டாலியன் இதுதான் ரொம்ப டஃப்பாக இருந்துச்சு நமக்கு. கோல்டன் கோல் ஈஸியாக முடிச்சிட்டோம், அந்த ஏஎஃப்சிலாம் ஈஸியாக முடிச்சிட்டோம். இட்டாலியனுக்கு அப்புறம் இங்கிலீஷ் கிளப் இருக்குது. ஓகே, ஈஸியாக தான் இருக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்குது. கிளாஸ் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் ஈஸியாக இருக்கா, நம்மளோட கூட தான் இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்ல. வின் பண்ணணும். பின்னாடி பேக் பாஸ் போடும்போது மட்டும் அப்பா எவ்வளோ நேரம் பண்ணுறீங்க?
And so we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. It is simply a gorgeous, gorgeous sight. Well, we're on the way. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I've always been impressed with Lautaro Martinez, Peter. We all know how good a finisher he is, but he's proved himself to be a more than reasonable outlet. If needed, he can play with his back to goal and be one that brings everyone else into play, and he's a significant influence.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Zalewski. Pavard. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Mkhitaryan. And that's a good ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, the Defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
ஒரு பாயிண்ட் கம்மியா இருக்கு.
Acerbi. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Barella. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Stefan de Vrij. No way through. Carlos Augusto.
That was lovely, that.
Mkhitaryan. Çalhanoğlu. Ribery. Bastoni. To Barella. Bastoni gets across to intercept that, and that could set him on his way. Now it's Ribery. And Ribery! He's done very well to get to that.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Inter Milan with
Must
the corner.
win Atuladu.
Up for a header! He will be livid with himself. Inter Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Pavard. Zalewski. And it's Mkhitaryan. Into Stefan de Vrij. Zalewski. And Pavard. But Zalewski. Inter Milan finding their passes.
Yeah, that's top defending and preventing him turning, which can open up many possibilities.
And that is a little undercooked. Carlos Augusto. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And here's Mkhitaryan.
Hey.
Looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. Carlos Augusto. And here's Mkhitaryan. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. De Vrij defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well to his man. Barella. Played out to the right. Çalhanoğlu. Approaching the half-hour mark. Pavard. For Çalhanoğlu. And the counter is on. And here's Lautaro Martinez.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Inter Milan have reclaimed it. Mkhitaryan. Oh, that is good. Super running shot. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Martinez!
No, not the
No
best
shot
defense.
Well, we were anticipating this. They're very much set up for the counter-attack, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Works it forward. Acerbi promptly onto that, and that is that. Çalhanoğlu. Martinez. Barella. And he's lost his man here. Martinez. And Martinez!
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's Barella. Oh, no joy this time. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Mkhitaryan. Zalewski. That is good alertness. Clips it so gently. That is a great pick out. And that's put paid to a promising move. That's a lovely, neat pass. Now that's well seen too. Always onto this. And through to the goalkeeper. Bastoni. And there is the half-time whistle.
அது ஒரு மாதிரி ஈக்குவலா போகுது. அவன விட மாட்டேங்கறான் நம்ம.
Easy games at this level, and that is proven here. Neither side any further forward from where they were 45 minutes ago, but it is far from lethargic, far from slow, highly engaging. but goalless. So they head in no further forward. The score here still 0-0.
Okay, left back Mkhitaryan.
Signore e signori, vi informiamo che la radiocronaca dell'incontro è trasmessa sulle frequenze della radio ufficiale del club.
Formation மாத்தணுமோ?
Cambio di giocatori.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Çalhanoğlu. Inter Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Carlos Augusto. Nice interception, well timed. Now it's Martinez. Well timed, excellent interception. Thuram. And Hernandez. That's really well manoeuvred.
Inter are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Martinez. Martinez unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Zalewski. Good purposeful running this. Hernandez does really well to win the ball there. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Zalewski. Now it's Martinez. Martinez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Referee's given a throw. Çalhanoğlu. Thuram. Moved on forwards.
Di 80.953 spettatori.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Over to the left. Inter Milan couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing.
Sei, offside.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 22.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass, and a tricky one at that.
Foot in. Played back in. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty.
Penalty ah.
Inter Milan faced with a real prospect of letting
Penalty
this
கிடையாது.
slip.
இல்ல.
This for the lead.
அட போடா.
Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Penalty இல்ல.
Gol per l'Inter. Ha segnato al 67esimo minuto numero 17.
போச்சு.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Inter Milan can make their change now with a break in play. Inter Milan have penetrated for the first time.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but...
Oh, Nautovic!
Good substitute பண்ணனும்.
There's a goal! And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, if ever you want to see
penalty
a
கிடையாது,
lesson
அது
responding to
கொடுத்துருங்க.
a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
That's a shade optimistic. Who saw this coming? Inter Milan have dragged it back at the last. Engages and forces him off the ball. Zielinski couldn't squeeze it through. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Zalewski.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
There's the hit! Goal! Inter! And they've got their lead back.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Ha segnato all'80° minuto. Numero 7. Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 23. Numero 10.
மாற்ற முடியாது அது.
Il numero 21. Il numero 99.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
I think the danger for them now is fatigue. I think when the body tires, the mind soon follows. So concentration is key from here.
Arnautovic, DiMarco. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Look, their path is set. They have to take risks in every situation now.
Damian with a definite foul there.
ஒரு பெனால்டி தேவையில்லாமல் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க. போச்சா 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 மிஸ்டேக் பண்ணுவானா? மிஸ்டேக் பண்ணுற மாதிரி தெரில அவனை பார்த்தா.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Arnautovic. 5 minutes left on the clock. Back into the middle. And the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that was very necessary. And it's Arnautovic.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility. Inter need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Zalewski.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
4 extra minutes added on. Zielinski. Pass somewhat off target. Zalewski. Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, that's a nice ball. Hernandez.
முடிச்சிட்டேன்.
And that is that.
சே நல்லா இருந்துச்சு எல்லா மேட்சுமே. ஆனால்
The end of the road. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Inter really looked like they were just second to everything, disjointed even. Yeah, it was a high-intensity game, and that may have gotten to some of the players, but even so...
ஓகே கொஞ்சம் நல்லா தான் ஃபைட் பண்ணோம், பட் இருந்தாலும் ஃபெயில் டு கம்ப்ளீட். இன்னொரு வீடியோவில் பார்க்கலாம். திருப்பி விளாடலாமாண்ணா? சரி ஓகே. தேவையில்லாமல் ஒரு தோல்வி. கான்ட்ராக்டில் ஏதோ ஒன்று வந்திருக்கு. இதில் ஏதோ ஒன்று சொன்னாங்க இல்லையா, 5 டைம் இந்த பிளேயர் ப்ரொஃபைல்குள்ளே போயிட்டு வந்து அவனை செலக்ட் பண்ணால் அவனே வருவான். அது மாதிரி நான் ட்ரை பண்ணும். 1 2 3 4 5 டைம் போயிட்டு வந்துட்டான். உடனே கொடுக்கணுமா அப்படின்னு அதை சொன்னாங்க. அதனால் கொடுத்து பார்ப்போம். இல்லை, போச்சு. அஞ்சு டைம் போயிட்டு வந்து ஏதாவதுன்னு கொடுத்தாங்க. ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. அவ்வளோ போங்கப்பா. ஓகே, வேறு என்ன, இன்னொரு வீடியோவில் பார்ப்போம். இட்டாலியன் இது தோத்தாச்சு. பார்க்கலாம் இன்னொரு இதில். பை பாய்.